Okay, I'm going to show you a little something from Chapter 6. This is just some tips. This is concerning corner pins. One application that I use for corner pins, if you remember from Chapter 6, they take some clouds and a portion of the clouds and they move them along to make it look like the clouds are moving. I'm going to show you how I use the corner pin to make clouds move in a different way. And that is, I'm going to just grab this image right here. I just searched for clouds. Maybe even this one would be good. So I'm going to save this image as in my downloads folder, save it. Then I'm going to just do a new project in After Effects and import that in. And then I'm going to create a new composition, Command N, and this HDTV 1080 is good. Just going to go with that. And then drop this JPEG down in there. Now that's pretty big, right? I'm just going to hit S on my keyboard, scale that down a little bit, maybe to right there. Then I'm going to use the corner pin effect to make these clouds look like they're rolling over something. So if I go to my Effects and Presets panel and type in corner pin, there it is right there. I can drag that down onto the layer directly, and then it shows up right there. Command minus to zoom out on my view here a little bit so I can see the entire box. And now what I'm going to do is kind of just leave these two bottom corner pins alone, and I'm going to add keyframes to the upper left and upper right ones, and that will, if I hit U down in my timeline, that'll uncover the keyframes for the upper left and upper right. Then I can change the timing of that if I want to. But I want these clouds to go from this direction over to this direction. So let's start by selecting the corner pin effect up in the effects controls and make it look like they are already over this way. I don't want to see the edge of that, but I'm going to just kind of skew it a little bit. I'm going to go forward just maybe 6 seconds so you can see this animation happen fast enough. And as soon as I start moving that top right and top left keyframes again, the keyframes are already added right here where the playhead is. Okay, so now if I scroll back and forth, I've made it look like those clouds are going overhead. That's an effect I kind of do occasionally.
Wowzers.
Okay, so if you're doing a little slideshow or you're trying to create some depth out of a static sky, you can do that. And it looks like there's some perspective moving in the clouds. So that's a fun little tip.
Can this be used as a special effect?
Yeah, so if you have a cityscape, if you've got some buildings that you've got cut out of an image, you can just put them right here, and then you can add your own little lens flare, because right now the sun is probably up here, but if you added a lens flare that was kind of off the screen and keyframed it so it moved this way, you can actually make it look like there's a bit of a time lapse going on behind the buildings. I mean, the clouds aren't moving in a real way, but there is movement to create the sense that there's a passage of time. So if you don't have any footage to work with and you just have a still image, but you want to make it dynamic in some way. Yeah, any other questions about that corner pin effect?